We're amongst the very first museum of art to acquire video games within a collection of art. We have games like Tetris, like Pac-Man. I believe that this is just the beginning. I'm quite sure that in the future we'll move to apps, we'll move to other forms of software, a new warehouse in the collection, a digital kind of warehouse. People who believe that video games do not belong in art museums are in a dramatic minority. They also sound so out of space and out of time, as if they didn't know what is happening. Are video games art? I believe they are. And I'm perfectly happy with them being great design. I don't need for them to be art, but I believe they are, and it's just a matter of time before the whole world believes that.
Video games are an art form, in the sense that rolling a perfect cigarette is an art form. The question of whether or not they're art doesn't seem to me a terribly interesting question. You know, they're working hard all day, and then they go home and work hard all day, maybe as an elf or as a sword maker in an online game. So it creates this kind of parallel universe. Art today can primarily be understood as being evasive. It tries to evade being defined. The relationships here are all unstable. You can't be certain about anything. You can't be certain about the stability or the authority of an artwork, and you can't be sure about the trajectory or the usefulness of technology.
People often say, like, oh, games are really social now, like you're playing with each other and using, you know, the Xbox to play online or playing games on Facebook, but games have always been social. Now with the internet, we've essentially just enlarged all of our basements. You don't have to be in the same place with people to play with them, so your friends don't have to go home.
The golden age is to come. I think right now people are still working out a lot of questions about just basic interactions and all these different platforms. I don't think people have really quite figured out what to do with all of them, really, yet.
Or you're just like, I've got this idea and I really want someone to feel this. I want someone to experience Civil War battle, so I'm going to throw them into a whirling storm of 150 dodgeballs. I don't think they're necessarily set out to be, especially ones that are more commercial, set out to be like, oh, this is going to be a piece of art that changes the way people think, but through the interaction, they certainly do. They definitely change the way people relate to one another.